Oh, well, how do I do this? How do I get this out of here? Trying to figure something out here. How do I do this? Uh, okay, I got you. That's pretty cool. Oh, anyway, nothing special going on. Nothing special, spectacular. I hear thunder. We might be getting a storm here shortly. Now that could be. The wind is picking up, of course, and oh, so anybody tuning in, I'm just coming back from a little bit earlier. I had done a stream and went, I streamed for about 40 minutes earlier. There was like one consistent viewer, and then we had like 3 or 4 other people in and out. Nobody ever chimed in the chat, and after about 40 minutes of me just trying to fill the space, I decided to end it. And I ended it because I was like, I think it's been long enough. And since nobody was like really asking any questions or bringing up anything, at some point I felt like I was just kind of like this shooting into the wind, like aimlessly kind of doing nothing with myself there. So that's just something that I have to get used to. I have to be patient. It's like if I'm doing a stream, sometimes it's going to take time for people to show up. It's going to take time for the right people to come in watching that may actually want to say something. And, that's just part of it. But that being said, once again, as y'all know, a lot of times I never know when I'm going to start. I don't know. When I start streaming, I have no clue particularly how long it'll last. If it's more of a solo stream, I usually when I'm by myself, I might stream up to an hour and a half, 2 hours, and interact with people. But if there's not a lot of interaction, then a lot of times I'll just go ahead and end it. Because like if I've said what I've needed to say and people have listened and watched, cool. And if they haven't, no big deal either. It's just sometimes I just want to say some things and get it out there. There might be somebody that wants to hear it, But anybody tuning in, I hope that you're having a good day. I'm hoping that you're not going through anything bad, today. If you are, I keep you in my thoughts and prayers and stuff like that. And yeah, why don't I might as well play a little drum beat or something for a second. I'm trying to. Man, I really got to figure out my situation in life. But don't we all? And I don't know. Let's see here. I don't know. Let's see if I can do anything here. What was it I was doing earlier? I wonder if I can do that. Sometimes I struggle Sometimes I don't. Oh wait, I messed up. Anyway. Sometimes I struggle in my life. Sometimes I don't know what's wrong or right. Sometimes I just want to get through the day or night. And not have to put up much of a fight. Anyway, that's something, that's a little bit of content there. I can go back and hopefully, what I haven't figured out yet is how do I, it's like when they let you remix it and make it into a short, I can only clip 15 seconds. I don't know why that is. I don't know. I should be able to make it into it. I should be able to make a segment into like 60. If a short can be up to 3 minutes, I should be able to make a short out of a segment of the live stream that goes longer than 15 seconds. So I just haven't figured that out yet. So, that's why it's like, let's see. Sometimes I struggle in my life. Sometimes I don't know what is wrong or right. Sometimes I just want to get through the day or night. And not have to put up much of a fight. Okay. And now, I'm going to switch around for a second to my ugly face. Figure we'll do that. Now, I do realize that sometimes, for instance, the person watching, now I don't know for sure. I do know that Lockdown Productions said that sometimes he watches my streams, or he has watched streams, but wasn't ever, because he's watching it from the TV instead of his phone. Like on the TV, he can like the video, the live stream, but he can't like interact. So there could be someone like that that's watching through their TV, and that all they are able to do is like watch and then hit like. They can't, whatever. If it just all of a sudden dawned on me, I was like, Lockdown could be in the back, kind of like watching off his TV and not able to. Because a few months ago was the first time he had ever interacted in a chat, and I didn't even know that he had been around, maybe catching some of my live streams. He'd said he'd seen me a few times. It's just on it, and that particular day, he happened to. There was something going on where he was on his phone, and that's where he came on the live stream, and so he tried interacting with me in the chat, and then we streamed for a while, where just like that, me by myself talking to him. And then we ended it because we were talking back and forth, and he said he wouldn't mind coming on. And at the time, I was using StreamYard. It was like my first, like he was the second or third person I had as a person on my stream. You know what I mean? Like the first person I ever did this with, like when someone came on and I'd never done it, was I think Tomcat was the first time I streamed with a person on my channel. And then I believe the next time, was Self-Destruct. unless actually Mr. Self Destruct might have been the first person that streamed with me to help me just figure it out. No, the first person I think did it was he's a subscriber. James came on one afternoon with me, and you know, and then I believe Tomcat was the first person that I officially like, kind of like we did like I think maybe an hour or more. I don't know how long we talked there. And then then at some point early on, Self Destruct, and then it was right after one of those is when Lockdown was watching, and then we ended it, and then did a stream with Lockdown. Okay, hey, let me get my glasses real quick. I'm doing all right. I see how you're asking me how I'm doing, Grandpa. Is this Charles, maybe, if I remember correctly? I've got to start. Like, I'm really not. I really don't need it. Like, these aren't prescription glasses, but I just have trouble, especially since I'm always on a phone. Like, I don't have a computer or anything. So on a small screen, like I watch all the YouTube videos through my phone. I watch anything on Tubi, like a movie or a TV show, through the phone. So anything I'm watching is always on a small screen, and it's a more strain on your eyes. So yeah, okay, it's Charles, I believe. Yo, what's up? That's what I thought. I'm doing okay today. I'm just kind of trying to just navigate through my day. I was on here earlier for about 40 minutes. And actually, I think maybe the same person that was viewing earlier as a consistent viewer might be watching now. And I was talking about that. I think there's several people sometimes might be watching from a TV. And if they're watching from their TV, sometimes some people don't have it set up where, like, all they can do is like hit the like, and then they can watch something or whatever. As far as a live stream, maybe they don't have the ability, if they're watching on that kind of device, to be in the chat. So that's just what I was discussing. Thanks for being here, Charles, for a minute. And of course, I know that you're over in India. Yesterday, Moonlight Christian, who is also, and then it says Trixie, she's in India, and she was in the chat. She's a younger person too. She was in the chat yesterday. Now, of course, I went on very early yesterday. I went on like my friend Rev, Mr. Self Destruct, Rev Self Destruct, whatever. He hit me up yesterday morning. Was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna be around for a few hours if you want to stream later." And I was like, "Yeah." And then I got to thinking about it, and so I just went ahead and set it up, and we started off yesterday morning. I don't know what time. Like, it was pretty early. Normally, if I'm going live in the mornings, I do it on X or like a little bit later than I did it yesterday. But we started and we went for 3 hours. So, but it was fun, and there was quite a few people in the chat. And like I said, in and out, there was a few people, and there was a few good questions, few good topics. So, are you doing all right today? That's the question for you. Is are you all right today, Charles? And is your family all right? You know. It's warm here. It was thundering, but I think we might not be like, I looked at the weather right before I came on here, this live stream, and then I wasn't seeing anything right then that we would be worried about here right now. But then I started hearing thunder anyway. There is something moving around nearby this area, so, and we are under, pop-up thunderstorm watches all day. So, and okay, so you're doing good. Okay, yeah, no problem, man. I thought maybe you were the person. Like, I think earlier today when I was streaming, I got to talking about the view count. Like not like when I'm looking at my screen, I see when people come in and when people leave, but sometimes that doesn't register all the time, right? Like sometimes I can have 3 or 4 people actually watching and it only show one and stuff like that. Like there'll be people interacting in the chat and what it's actually showing above for on my end, it'll be different. But if you weren't here just a second out, I'm going to turn the camera back around and play a little more of a drum beat again and just see if I can do another little stretch real quick on that thing that I am kind of improving, but I'm also working on. Kind of came up with it in the past day or two, and then I've added a little bit today. So just try it one more time. I'm not trying to do too much of this, but let's see what you say. Yeah, okay, there you go. Let's see. Sometimes I struggle in my life. Hold on a minute. Sometimes I'm messing up, guys. Sorry about that. Sometimes I struggle in my life. Sometimes I don't know what's right. Sometimes I just want to get through the day or night. Without putting up much of a fight. Okay, we're going to end that. I don't know how loud that is, really. Like, it doesn't matter. It's the middle of the day. And there's several people are gone working, and then there might be a few people home, but if you're inside your house, like if they're in their trailer, these little drums probably are not making enough. If they heard anything in their trailer, let's say they had their TV off, nothing really distracting them, they might hear a little bit of the thud from the bass drum is all about. But as long as it's not real late at night or something, it doesn't matter. So, but I just always am mindful and try to be respectful that there could be somebody that might be like if somebody was, but everybody around here, I think if I was playing for too long and too loud, and let's say I did have a neighbor that was trying to sleep because they work nighttime and it would bother them. We're such, it's not like they could. Most people know that I'm easygoing, so they could just come and be like, "Hey, man, at this time and this time, could you please not do that or something?" It's okay. Keep going. Yeah, I just get off. Like I get a little. You can see my thought process sometimes bounces around. So I'm just trying to occupy the space while I'm doing a live and I'm interacting with you. But at the same time, being able to play on this little kit that Mike Maranatha had sent to me a few months back is, prior to that, prior to the kit here, this little drum kit, I beat on a bucket, and on like a storage tub. But I sometimes in the live streams, especially if I was doing a solo live stream, which right now it seems to be like solo, there is a possibility someone could use the link I shared earlier on a social media if they come in the studio, in the back studio or something. I'll put them on the screen. But I don't know how long, much longer. I'm just going to be on here for a little while. I'm enjoying it. Thanks for being here and talking to me. Like I said earlier, I ended it because after about 40 minutes and like nobody had really asked any questions or said anything to, like, I knew some people were watching, but since I didn't hear any back and forth or anything, I found myself getting a little nervous and just thinking, well, man, I'm just kind of babbling. And so, but that's another good thing, like having the little kid, or like I said, a drumsticks, and having some musical ability, like in between spaces of like, okay, what am I talking about now? What do I fill the space with if somebody's not asking questions or nobody's on here with me? I appreciate it. So that's why earlier when I was on for 40 minutes, I done explained it, but it was just kind of like, okay, I've said my piece. I played some drums. I've done some things. A few people have watched. I was like, let me wrap this one up. Let me start another one in a little bit. Because I've done that before, come back on just shortly after the one, and you get a few more different people. Like whoever was watching earlier might not be even knowing that I'm here right now. So you have to excuse me. I put some icy hot on my shoulder earlier, and it's kind of burning right now. And I just wiped my shoulder, so that means it's on my hands. I better make sure I don't wipe my eyes because it'll. You aren't lonely. Well, yeah, I am lonely sometimes. Uh, Not really though, because I do have a deep connection to the spirit. You know what I mean? The creator, uh, aka God. Like for lack of better terms, the divine, the source, the universe, the not the universe, but the thing that moves through us and made things happen. So now that being said, like I told somebody earlier, if you were to go back about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, I was in a place where I wasn't so hot. I wasn't feeling that great, and I was trying to escape reality. And I had took back to the bottle for a few days. I struggle with alcohol, but I largely pretty much leave it alone. But there's occasions every once in a while I get either a hankering, or I just decide that I think I can do it, and then it turns into 3 or 4 days, and I have to like pull myself back out and regather my thoughts. And it never fails. The only reason those things happen is when when I get out of routine of being in consistent contact throughout my day with the spirit, and letting the big kahuna, that's what I say, letting the creator guide me. It's when I try to take the steering wheel that I start messing it up, and then I start fumbling the ball, and I talk myself into doing things that I largely try to avoid. But enough of that talk. Yeah, I'll turn the camera back around for a second and play another beat or two for just a second. And y'all have to forgive me. I'm just kind of like I said, just trying to work out, keep anybody that is maybe watching entertained, as well as just myself entertaining myself. Oh, let's see. But anyway, and anybody that is watching, do not be afraid to say something in the chat if you can and if you want to, unless you're just listening and you're not able to right now. If you're one of the viewers that I know sometimes watches me in the day and sometimes you're working, but you're able to listen. So that's cool too. I appreciate anybody being here. Okay, I think I'm done with that for a minute. I mean, I can safely say I think I'm ready to just kind of leave them alone for a little while, like do what we might do. I need to wipe my hands off. If you'll just give me a second, I'll be right back. Don't anybody go anywhere just yet. Let me grab let's see if I can grab a baby wipe and wipe my hand off real quick. I want to try to get this icing hot off my hand before I accidentally put it in my eye. Okay, maybe that'll help. Okay. So I'm back, guys. I apologize for that. Whew. Yeah, that icy hot that I put on my shoulders earlier, and then I was talking about it and rubbed my darn shoulder. So it got on my hands, and like I said, it's kind of like. Then I wiped my forehead, and now it's kind of like causing my eyes a little bit of a. So the next step here is I appreciate you watching though, and I appreciate you being here. I really just trying to see, like when people kind of like reflect on what is. If I'm talking and you hear something that I say that it makes you think about something, feel free to say, "Hey, cool," or add your 2 cents in the chat. And that's what I always figure. And then, like, if someone's going through anything, like if you come in here and you're watching me, just because I might seem to be fine and I'm talking. If you're having a bad day and you need to talk and you need to bring it, hey man, I'm not having such a good day. People are welcome to share, whatever's going on too. Trying to stay cool, man. Like I have an air conditioner in my bedroom. But I like doing my live streams more up in the living room. You get what I'm saying? Like I like to enjoy. It makes more sense to me, and there's more space in here. So I got a fan blowing on me right in front of me, and I even have my shirt off right now. But it's like, man, there's a pretty good breeze coming through here too. But like I said, sometimes it can be. Okay, somebody just popped in. If y'all will give me a second, I got to go use the bathroom. Like it just all of a sudden, I feel like I might need to not wait and think that maybe I don't. I just go see if I have to. I'll be right back, guys. Hopefully, let me I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I could. Maybe that's better right there. I'll be right back. Oh, man, it's warm. Oh. Okay. Okay, I'm back, guys. And I think too, probably, I don't know what, I never know when, like, sometimes the stream just doesn't, people are just busy, especially if you're not scheduling it. Like, if I was to schedule it, like if you knew yesterday I was going to be on at a certain time today, and someone already a day ahead of time knows, it's easier to know whether you have time in that time frame to watch or not. So, but I had wrote a little bit this morning, just kind of a scene, a little bit more addition to something that I'm working on, Hero and Dogwood. Let's see, the two had made good distance this day. Dog started catching a whiff of someone on their trail. Hero, I think someone is following us, Dog said. Hero replied, I had a strange feeling. Dog had a plan and estimated whoever was following was probably 6 to 7 miles back. He had also smelled some kind of animal predator in the area. He wasn't quite sure if it was a wolf or a cougar yet, but he knew it wasn't human. He told Hero, let me backtrack a little and see if whoever it is may be a friend or foe. And he figured if who he saw was an enemy, then he would catch the scent of the animals predator that's around and lead it to whoever it was, especially if they thought that the person following them was from the corporation, which you just have to kind of know. Like, this story is going to be set in a future of our world and stuff a little while ahead of us and all that kind of stuff. But give me a second here. Oh. Whew. Oh. Okay, sorry. Oh. My stomach's kind of starting to give me a little issue or something for some reason. Oh. I kind of know why, but it doesn't matter. Please don't tell me this is another. I might have to cut this one short too, just because. Well, I've been to the bathroom once, and it wasn't too much. But I'm hoping it's not something where I have to get up and down a couple of times. And if so, then I might just need to end the stream, and because I don't want to be every 5 minutes having to think I'm about to crap myself or something. So I'll be right back. Cool. Okay. That's why it's a lot nicer when I do have someone on, like with me on screen. If I have to get up, they can like interact or be talking to people if someone's coming in or watching, you know. So, but when I just have to get up, I don't have any real like things that I can just like. If I had the right setup and knew how to do it, you know, sometimes if I had to get up and take a bathroom break, I could probably put a video or have some kind of music playing or something. I don't have quite as many capabilities as some people. Like I'm just on a mobile phone right now, so yeah, and my stomach is a little bit acting up. So I was hesitant about before I started again whether I needed to or not because I thought maybe I might have it. I thought I might have an issue with my stomach and stuff and stuff. So anyway, this stream's getting a little bit boring. I think it's been boring myself, but no, actually, I've had fun. I've had fun talking to Charles, and then a couple people other than you have watched. There's been 2 or 3 people watching again. Charles interacted with me. I appreciate that. And then I played some drums, you know, quite a few different times. So that was fun. And I'm happy with what's going on with that. It's just, I'm not saying I'm about to end this. I'm trying to be patient. Right at the 40-minute mark again. Because it'd be my luck. I could be like about to get off here, and I could get off, and about 10 people might have been about to start finding the stream and join. You know, it could have been. You never know. And I'm not doing anything exciting though, so it's not like a big fucking. I think we'll end this one. It's a hit or miss, you know. My streams don't. It's not like I'm some huge popular person, yeah, and everything. It's like I'm a small channel with a good audience, you know, and there's some people that watch me pretty regularly. Some of you guys only catch me in the live streams. I don't know if you watch any of the videos I put out, but I have like an audience that's kind of a mix. I have an audience that watches my videos pretty regularly and comments on the videos and also tunes in on a live stream when they can. Then there's another group of people that I've never really noticed comment on any of my videos or anything, but they've been in my live streams plenty of times. Like that's why they're at the channel. Is some people just love live streams and they're not that much into watching actual content videos, you know. So I'm kind of both. I love watching live streams, interacting in chats in the live streams. Uh, but I also watch content, you know, like I watch videos and stuff of the channels that I watch. If they put, because some channels they don't really put up any content other than their live streams, and then they might go through their live streams and then make shorts and clips and stuff like that. But that their main thing that they do on YouTube is just live streaming, and then they just clip things. But I kind of am trying to I started off, and I like making videos. I like doing videos, and that's how a lot of people interact with me. But ever since I've been live streaming last year, I really enjoy it, and I'm getting a little bit better at it, I think. I'm just trying to like navigate myself. It's kind of like anything. The more you do it, the better you get at it, hopefully. Like if I didn't think I couldn't do this, then I wouldn't have continued this as long as I've been doing it. As far as the live streaming, if I'd been trying, I know that I know that I can do it. It's like, and I have a certain knack at talking to people and people communicating with me and stuff. And my biggest thing is just trying to learn how not to be nervous and stuff, and think that I have to be like some particular type of way for people to want to view me on a live stream. I'm just like, I just get on here and do me, I just be like myself and don't try to, like, I wished I could, have a little bit more, like if I had a computer and everything, I'd have stuff maybe lined up for us to pull up, share it with the audience, and maybe we'd watch a little, maybe give some commentary on something or whatever. But old Gray Cloud screwed that pooch last year, and pretty hard on the computer thing. So hopefully, if between now and the end of the year I can purchase one myself, or someone else is able to help me out again, I will not ever make the same poor decisions that I made last year. Well, let me say that I can't say never, because I am still in the human flesh. So I can't tell you for certain that I might not ever make some sort of shitty decision again and repeat myself and find myself at a crossroads again, like facing a brick wall. And that sometimes happens. So enough of that. I'm going to get out of here, man. Or no, wait. Gray Cloud, what are you thinking? Why don't we do this? Let me see. Okay, guys, I messed up for a minute. It appears that I might have not been. You might have missed me for a second. I was about to. I was talking about ending the stream, and then I said maybe I won't, and then I was like, no, we will. And I was gonna, and then I think I don't even remember. I think I decided that I was going to stay on for a little while longer, and all of a sudden I accidentally backed out of the whole site. So I don't know what it was looking like right then. Things might have froze up or whatever. I don't know. So apparently I'm not seeing anybody on here now. And that might have messed up the, I don't know. Let's end it.